Hello, everyone. Hello, Marco.
Hey,
Welcome.
hello. Thank you, thank
Hello.
you. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, it's a pleasure to me, as always. Okay, it's always a pleasure to meet you, my friend. We're gonna we're gonna wait a few seconds to wait for uh, people that want to know more about CamundaCon to 2023 highlights. Okay. Uh, Here today, just to introduce myself and our goal here. We're going to be talking about CamundaCon 2023 highlights, the key points, the insights that me and Marco, of course, we can bring to you today here in this event. Okay, we already have a few people here. Let's start. Welcome again. My name is Raimundo Junior. I am head of digital transformation at NTConsult, author of two books, one about BPM, a BPM methodology, another one about Camunda, of course. And here today, we're going to be talking about CamundaCon 2023 highlights. With me, we have Marco. Marco, it's up to you to introduce yourself
Okay,
because you can do this better than
thank you,
me.
thank you. So,
Yeah.
my name is Marco Lopes. I'm a sales engineer based in the Netherlands. I'm responsible for the markets from Benelux, UK, Africa, and Middle East. And my role at Camunda is to make sure, from a technical point of view, that Camunda is the right tool for the use case, and as well as to enable our prospects technically.
Yeah, that's great. It's a pleasure to have you here, Marco, with me. And I feel that we can, do this kind of event together, and and we can do this kind of work and this kind of contribution to our community, to our clients together in many other moments. Okay. Today, as I mentioned, we're gonna be talking about CamundaCon highlights, CamundaCon 2023, of course. To start this conversation, I would say I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay. Oh, just one one information. If you want to ask something, feel free. Okay, you can ask anytime. We're going to be presenting here our thoughts and our ideas and our not our, but what we understand that is the key points from this CamundaCon 2023. Okay, but you can ask anytime. Feel free, please use our chat here. In the end, we're gonna answer any kind of question, and feel free, folks. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and we can start our presentation here. Okay. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about a possible modernization journey. Of course, we are bringing here this possible modernization journey because we saw a lot of ideas, a lot of good things to start with Camunda and to accelerate your processes and accelerate your digital transformation. Not only on your processes, but of course on your entire organization with integration and all of digital assets that we might have on your organization. Okay, we're going to be talking about this possible modernization journey. We're going to be talking about categorizing, sorry, use case, Camunda new features, and of course, in the end, I'm going to present to you how to fast track your journey with Camunda. Okay, let's go. This is not a, how can I say that? This is not a traditional presentation with slides. We're going to be talking here, of course, Marco. We're going to be discussing some points, and I would like to hear your opinion about this possible modernization journey that we brought from this CamundaCon event.
Yeah, of course. Worth to say that part of this is part of the keynote, Brett Burns, our co-founder, and spoke about, and as well our CTO. This is actually a really good keynote. If you had the chance, please go and see it. And as part of this keynote is this idea or this possibly journey of how to orchestrate or how to modernize what you already have. And this comes of the concepts and this first step tracking. And I found very interesting the points that they did with noodles. You know, sometimes you have something that it works, but probably the person that built that left the organization, I don't know, 10 years ago, you know? And they actually give a really good example of like a SQL script that was calling a web service. It's one of those things, oh my God, how can you ever get a trace of this? So, and with Camunda, this is actually quite easy to do. And that is could be the first step on our journey. Just untangle all of those noodles into a nice happy path. And that's what you want to see first. And this is something that we can apply for everywhere. So happy path is always the first path to go. And why not do this big bang migration that you are used to? Mainly because these big bang transformations come always with a risk. More expensive, more risk. And with this approach, with the flexibility of Camunda and open architecture, we can easily mitigate that risk. And that is the idea that we're trying to convey doing this tracking first. The idea that goes in your architecture, try to make those components, those services, starting emitting events to Camunda. And with that, what is the outcome? More than the low risk is we start getting the power of PPMN. We can already see our process. We can already see the happy path. We can identify the edge cases that you can over there. And already, only by doing this tracking, we can always start seeing some opportunities for improvement. And then is the point that we start orchestrating. And then that we start step by step creating this journey, this orchestration with continuous improvements. And tracking is not a big bang project. So in a matter of days or weeks, you can get really good visibility of what is possible, what is happening in our infrastructure. And I bet, Raimundo, that you've seen this in the markets a lot of times.
Yeah, of course, Marco. And I would like to add something here, something new, a new idea that I am having right now in my mind. Yeah, because in the middle of tracking and orchestrating, I've seen a lot of clients doing this kind of strategy. Normally, they want to bring a process to the digital world, but they don't want to wait a lot of time to do that. In the middle of this path, I could add something that where we could model our process and implement all steps with user tests, and with those user tests, we could implement web forms. We don't want to implement complexity at this time. We don't want to see all the integration that we need to implement. We just want to track, and of course, we just want to see, okay, what step is taking more time to be accomplished. And with this kind of view in the middle of tracking and orchestrating, we can have more ideas of what step is taking more time and what I have to do to automate that and what I have to do to integrate that. And yeah, of course, with this in mind, we can accelerate our processes, accelerate our products and services, to launch them to our market and our clients, of course. And after that, we can orchestrate better. And of course, in the end, we can have this step here. The improvement step is one of the most important steps, because in the end, when we are talking about processes and business process management, we have this continuously improvement in place.
Yeah,
That's my
BPM. Yeah, BPM as a methodology is all about that. It's all about tracking, monitoring, find your improvement points, and change it. Tracking improvements. It's a continuous journey.
Yeah, that's right. Talking about that possible journey, Marco, we have this slide here. Not this slide, but I would say this image here is something interesting that Bernd showed us on CamundaCon, and this is for me is the key point of the of this discussion here, and I would like to hear more from you
Yeah,
about this.
I find this categorization very, very important, mainly because identifying the complexity, the criticality of your use case is quite important. And that will make, and by identifying that, you can choose to which team, to which tool to use to that correct function. We know that pro code solutions are very, very good for some specific use cases. Low code solutions are specific on the specific use cases. So, and we know that one tool doesn't solve everything. We would like to, but that is the holy grail. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anything in the market like that. And for that, it's very, very important to use or to have this mindset. And this slides or this image actually shows that. So the more critical your process is, or more critical your use case is, the higher it goes into complexity. And that is the needs that you have. People that were trained, people that have a mindset of an architecture to handle those use cases. Something in the middle, it can be a more people less technical, and green, it just to help you in your own tasks. So there is no criticality for your enterprise, and it's all about how these use cases play in your enterprise. And I think this is a very good idea, and that is something that we that in the market, you guys and NTConsult that are on the market, can easily identify and spot and best advise how to handle this. And I think all the people should have this kind of idea in mind. One tool doesn't fit all. You should know how to map your use cases, calculate the criticality, the complexity in our infrastructure, and then get the correct tools to do these implementations.
Yeah, and one thing that I would like to highlight here, Marco, just to contribute a little bit more, with these 3 blocks here, we can see that talking about the last step, the green block, we can see that this phrase here, "do it yourself," is something something very I would say real on our market, because we have a lot of tools with implementing low code, no code, and with this green block here, you can do it yourself. You can use a lot of tools that give you this power to implement something without coding. When we see this yellow block here, I don't know if you agree, Marco, but I see something more, okay, you want to use low code and no code, but okay, you have a more complexity challenge
Yeah.
to be accomplished here, and you start to, okay, I want to use low code tools and no code tools, but yeah, I need to implement this kind of connector, this kind of integration, this kind of REST service. And when we see this red block here, yeah, you cannot implement only with the not, I don't know all the tools in the market, but yeah.
Let's just give you an example, and this is quite interesting, at least in my opinion, because I nerd a bit about this. So we are doing some very specific use case in the payments world, and with active replication between clusters. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit technical, but basically the information needs to be synchronized between the UK and the US, and we are talking about the speed of light traveling in fiber optic. This is the way that you're sometimes talking about about latency, you know. And it's such a great that you have these discussions in these worlds, you know. And we know that if we go into the greenfield, some people would like, oh, let's talk about this because it's important. Not with me. So, you know, that's the thing. And the part of yellow, it's the part that some power users from the greenfield can actually shine, you know, more tech savvy, like experiment more, and then that you can empower them as well.
Yeah, we're going to be talking more about Camunda, but just to highlight this point here, Camunda can achieve all of 3 blocks, of course.
Yeah,
we have now assets. I would say not assets, but tools, web applications, and I would say out of the box tools that can be applied to reach the green block, the yellow block, and of course, as you know more than me, Marco, and maybe the folks here, Camunda can reach very well this red block, because Camunda is pro code, and apart from that, Camunda is low code and no code as well. You can build your own low code and low code and no code tool with Camunda, of course.
Yeah, that makes me remind that there is, not for the Camunda summits, that one of the keynotes, I don't know if it is Jacob or Bernd, they had a display of a small radio with a tune button, you know, and with the tune button we can say, okay, let's do it a bit more low codish so we can enable the greenfield people, and there is some efforts from IT to build it that way so it can be reused, and then of course we turn it the other way around, so let's work on the red cases, and then is where the engineers can actually shine.
Yeah, but apart from this image here, let's talk a little bit more of this concept, but with a different image here. We have the same green block, yellow block, and red block, but we can see here, just to be more clear, that we have different responsibilities and different roles for each kind of block here, right, Marco?
Yeah, exactly, and that is what we've been discussing even on the previous image. This is more a concretization of what we spoke about. Is like give the correct tools to the correct people to get exactly what you want, because otherwise you will pay your debt in a couple of years, if not in a couple of months. Now, simple stuff, local stuff that you need to do yourself to make your work easy. It's do it yourself, something with medium impact, medium complexity, and then is the part that I was saying, and anything, I love the anything in between, is these empowerments for these power users, more tech savvy people that can actually do this. And then again, professional developers should be the ones of handling this high complexity, high criticality, low resilience, low latency, high resilience use cases.
Yeah, that's the reality of many organizations nowadays around the world, because they have the citizen developer, they have the I would say not a citizen and not a professional developer, but they have these business specialists that understand a little bit more about technology, but is not a professional developer, and they can use our tools to bring more value, to bring more results with these medium complexity processes. And yeah, we have these 3 roles here. Okay, talking about Camunda new features, something that that is very exciting, I would say, is these new features that we heard about, in CamundaCon, Marco. And the first one is something that we normally, we already know, that is our connectors. Yeah, I'm gonna anticipate a little bit more. Yeah, the concept and the idea behind these reusable building blocks. But yeah, this is great, and something that fascinates me is this practical way to integrate systems, integrate APIs, integrate external systems, legacy systems, device, and you can do all of this with this concept here, with these reusable building blocks. And I would like to hear more
No,
about
yeah,
this.
you say it all. This is the part where we look at those colors, and the more natural or the more abstract we create a connector, that concept of a step that represents a certain action, the more we empower the greenfield people, you know. And the connectors is just that. It's just a step in your process, a task in your diagram that will perform a certain action on a certain system.
Yeah.
And this
Sorry
concept,
to anticipate.
yeah,
Sorry to anticipate this image here, but I think you want to talk more about this image here,
yeah.
right, Marco? Yeah.
So and this is exactly the concepts of what you need for green people and our green use cases and red use cases. This abstraction, for instance, in this specific example, what we have is a REST connector, but the REST connector is a protocol. Probably some tech savvy in the yellow worlds can understand what a REST connector, but probably they'll understand better what is Twilio. Advertisements aside, they understand what is Twilio and understand the function of it, and can use it more easily. And actually, Twilio uses the REST connector as integration, and you can see on that pyramids on the left sides. But maybe Twilio for a greenfield person, it's still a concept he doesn't understand. So send an SMS, and this is the level of abstraction that you can get with connectors. In this kind of empowerments, and at the same time flexibility for the Redfield people. And we made it easier, coming back to the other slides, where we created the marketplace, where you in the modeler can actually access to the marketplace and import these connectors to your own diagram and use them out of the box, which is great. In terms of accelerator, it's just a great functionality, and it just empowers everyone in the organization to build something really quick.
Yeah. I think this is the superpower that Camunda is giving to the organizations, because as you mentioned, Marco, we can, facilitate this path for our end users, business end users, I would say, of our organizations, where they can, okay, I want to model a workflow here, and this workflow is something that we need to implement, and this workflow, we're gonna solve a specific problem here at our area, and they can use this, generic and out of the box, I would say, out of the box connectors, implementing integrations out of the box, of course, integration that is transparent, I would say, not transparent, but something that they don't need to understand. They don't need to understand the details
Exactly.
about that integration. They just can use and implement, and okay, I'm gonna deploy this process, and yeah, I have another functionality, I have another process running, and
It works.
accelerate. Yeah, and it works very
It
well.
works.
Yeah. And another great point here
Yeah.
is our rich forms. And of course, we've been using these rich forms here, Marco, on our clients. I would say that this is the perfect tool to use on our yellow block,
Yeah.
where you can have this drag and drop functionality, and you can create your own forms, and you can accelerate, and you can bring that idea that I mentioned in the beginning of our event here, that is that middle path between orchestrating and between tracking, and you can model quickly your processes, and you can deploy them, and you can test them, of course.
And what is great about this is these forms can be used not only in our task list that ships with the products, but as well in your own custom task list. Mainly because the libraries that we use to render these forms, they are publicly available. So you can actually you can build a custom front end, whatever you like, with all your look and feel, and still use these forms built in the modeler to be in like a micro front ends in your bigger front ends, because these libraries are public, and the investments is growing a lot. And compared with 1 year ago, it's a huge difference, and I'm just looking forward to the end of the year to see what more comes from here.
Yeah, another great point here is this play functionality for me and for our QA team. Is something that is the very, very new, very great news for them, because you can test your workflow here. You can even add variables during this test. You can add variables, you can change values.
You can do everything.
Every step here before you deploying your processes, before you launch any kind of process, any kind of product or service, you can test it by your own.
And this is especially important, or especially nice to test, is event based. So everything that is timer events, we can force those to trigger, force messages to come. So all of that's good stuff that sometimes we have to test or put like a smaller time, and then you forget to deploy it or something like that. With this, you can always test it on the point, okay, I'm going to force this timer to trigger, and you can see exactly what happens. And this is great, both for learning, even for growing the usage of BPMN, and as well to just give it a try. And the same thing for the error handling events. What is an exception? What is an error? A BPMN error? What is actually an incident? You can actually test all of this over here. It gives you really good feeling and more confidence to deploy what you need.
Yeah, that's great. And we have three key points here. We want detail more. I would say we want deep dive on those topics, but the generative process models and modular copilot and predictive decisioning. Oh my gosh,
Exciting times, eh?
Yeah,
exciting times.
Yeah, this is a game changer, and I think we're gonna have a lot of new functionalities based on these three new features here.
Yeah, it will be a point that we have been discussing. Just no, do this, no that, but you're better to this way, and the copilots, maybe you should change it. Okay, it will be really, really fun to see.
Yeah, that's great. And talking about this second point here, modular copilot, we already have this project here on GitHub. Of course, we can send this later to you folks. But this is something great because you can model your process, just typing what do you want, on your model, and this is great as well.
And this is great for the greenfield people. I want a process to approve my holidays, or to approve the holidays of my department. That's something very localized. Maybe you just type that in the chat, and you have at least a really good template that you can work on.
Yeah, you can accelerate a lot your process modeling, because once you have this tool here, you can model your process just typing what you want. And after that, of course, you can move our process to our yellow block. And if we need, we can move our process to our red block if we need some kind of complexity, you know. Yeah. Okay, Marco, we are almost finishing. I would like to present here this Camunda Fast Track journey. We already mentioned the great features that we have now in Camunda, the CamundaCon key points. I was there, and Marco, of course, and I would like to bring here, Marco, that picture that we took together, you know, but I didn't have time to bring here that picture. But I would like to show you folks this Camunda Fast Track journey is something that we here at NTConsult we are doing on our clients. You know, we are fast tracking, you know, this journey with Camunda. How? We have 6 steps. Of course, we have to detail more. We have to analyze a little bit more. But this fast track here is something that we are doing, you know, repeat. I think we are doing every day on our clients, I would say, you know, because we have new projects, we have new processes, we have new challenges, and we are applying this strategy here. I would like to explain the 6 paths, the 6 steps here. The first one is our Camunda setup. At this stage, the idea is to install and configure Camunda self-managed. Of course, if you choose to use the Camunda SaaS version, you don't need to install your Camunda self-managed. Of course, you're going to be using the Camunda SaaS cloud, and this step wouldn't be needed, you know. The second step, of course, you need to gather requirements and rules, and this is the phase where the customer's requirements and process rules will be detailed. Of course, the third step is the process design. This is the step where we start to model our process and we start to think about our solution. And as I mentioned, we can at this point model our process only with user tests. And after that, of course, we can think about the fourth step, that is our backend and services implementation. This is the phase where we implement the services and integrations that the process needs to be automated and integrated. And with that, we have all the our transformation that we intend to apply to that project, to that process, and we can integrate our systems, our internal systems, these external systems, of course, APIs. We can integrate our process with APIs, with CRMs, some kind of CRMs, some kind of ERP, some kind of, you know, you can, with Camunda, you can integrate any kind of device, application, system, and yeah, this is the phase, the step where we can bring more agility and more transformation to our process. At the step 5, we have our custom front-end implementation. In this phase, we implement the customized front end for the client if necessary for the project. Of course, if necessary, because as we showed here, right, Marco, we have our Camunda drag and drop, you know, functionality where we can build our process, our web forms, our forms for our user tasks, and of course, but if some kind of project needs to build a custom web form, a custom platform that needs to communicate with Camunda, we have this phase, this step here in place. And in the end, we have this project deployment, after testing the entire process, integrations, and front end, it's time to publish our process. And of course, this is the I would say the short, path talking about projects and processes. But we've been done this a lot of on our clients, and this is the common way to implement, to think about solutions, and to model those solutions, to test those solutions, to integrate those solutions, and of course to be published those solutions. That's the way that we have been done success projects. We have implemented success projects with our clients here at NTConsult. And Marco, I don't know if you want to talk, to give your opinion, your idea, this fast track.
It makes perfect sense. And just everyone just needs to remember that orchestration is a journey, and that's the part that everyone is to say. It's not something that's key and ends and get it done. It needs to. It's not only a project. A project is the beginning, then is the maturity, then is the concept of a center of excellence, and all of this needs to grow. And that is the part that's both us and both the folks from NTConsult. We spent years not only with Camunda but implementing these projects. Can always help you to make sure that it's not only you start well and you deploy the first project, but you make this apprentice in your organization.
Yeah, I think we are out of time, but yeah, Marco, I would like to thank you, my friend. Thank you to be here.
Anytime. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and thank you to be here. Thank you to contribute with this digital process acceleration movement. I think is something very important for any organization, not only in the US but around the world. And thanks a lot.
Anytime.
Okay, thank you everyone. Let's check if we have, in 1 second, let me see if we have any question here. Okay, we have our link about the fast track here in the chat. If you want to know more about the fast track, the Camunda fast track journey, you can click on the link and you can request some kind of orientation regarding that with us, with NTConsult, and of course we are here with Marco, with our Camunda team, to provide you the best strategy on this Camunda fast track journey. Okay, and yeah, thank you, Marco. Thank you, everyone, and
of course, if you're seeing this later, not online, and if you have any questions or you want to discuss something, please feel free to contact us. I'm just putting Raimundo on the spot as well. Feel free to contact us, add us in LinkedIn, and we can more than happy to just answer your questions and provide you some guidance, I would say.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you
very much, and see you soon, my friend.
Hey, bye, bro.
Bye.